Alright, here comes another one. I've been on a roll lately, and I don't know, I just have a lot to talk about here. So, I was just talking with my sister, and she was telling me about the psychology article where a guy was saying something that I'd actually said earlier in one of my videos, which is that since you have the access to the world through the internet, you feel that it's harder to the bar is much higher because you hear about the accomplishments of everyone. I don't know if you remember, but I said that quite a while ago. And basically, the only reason why I mentioned that is because at the end of the article he said, "But as long as you're doing something productive, you're a success." And this is why I'm making this video. I'm here to defend the lazy man and the plight of the lazy man and or woman. Lazy people are lazy for a reason. I know a lot of you type A's and a lot of you workaholics look at us and think, what are these bums doing? They're wasting their life. They're wastes of space. But I think what they don't understand is that there's three basic types of people in the world. There are, number one, people who do their work because they love doing their work. They enjoy it. And so those are very fortunate people. Not everybody gets to be the people who enjoy their jobs. Those are probably the happiest people in the world. Second group are people who see material possessions and money and the options that come with money as a big reward for all the work they put in. And they're willing to invest time into learning and working that they could be spending enjoying their lives because they believe there'll be a bigger payoff later in life. It's an investment for a return. And then thirdly, there you have the people who are like me. We're lazy people, but I think they think we're lazy because we don't know how to work. And I don't think that's true at all. I can work hard, I've worked hard on learning music in my life. Maybe not as hard as some people, true. But, harder than other people. And certainly hard enough that I'm, getting to be a decent musician. I expect to be a decent musician. But the point I'm trying to make here is that, not all work should be considered to be work towards being productive and making money. This is the only work that's really valued in our society, is work that leads to a more productive society and the creation of wealth. But for people like me, well, that's not what I believe in. That's not what drives me. It doesn't drive me to think, oh well, someday I'll have a Porsche or a Ferrari, or someday I'll have my own house, or someday I'll have my own apartment. For me, what drives me is the idea of doing something that I can truly be proud of. And I'm not truly going to be proud of owning a house or owning an apartment. These things are trivial things. Now, you have to work a certain amount just to be able to take care of yourself. And I understand that. And that's why I'm going to do everything I can to try just hard enough to get by. And I think that's what a lot of lazy people are doing. We just want to get by. And most importantly, we want to try to enjoy our youth. We don't want to spend our youth working so hard that by the time we get our rewards, we're already too old to be in the prime of our lives, to enjoy them. And, there are people who manage. I think the people who enjoy their jobs or enjoy their schooling, are lucky people because they can do that work, have a rewarding experience doing the work itself and learning, and then have a rewarding experience after when they finally achieve what they've been attempting. And then there's those people who want the material gain that find a way to earn some amount of money before they've graduated to keep them happy, but also are so happy when they have the car they always wanted, the house they always wanted, all the things they want, that it's fine by them to waste a few years of their of their, prime years of their lives in order to have the things they really want. But then there's, there's two other groups of people. There's the people that work really hard, get those material things, and I'm sure there's a lot of people. And they find out that it doesn't make their life a lot better. They have some of these material things, but they still have stress. They hate their jobs. They have problems in relationships. Any number of things that can lead to a negative experience in life, regardless of the time investment. And then there are the lazy people who just want to enjoy their lives and can't see how there's going to be a great return on time invested preparing for the future. And also don't, as speaking for myself and a lot of lazy people, there's a lot of people that just don't really care about being productive to a society that they feel isn't headed in the most, safe direction, or in the most constructive direction, or the most positive direction. I don't care about being productive for a society that I perceive to be destroying the planet. I'm living in that society, and I don't really have any choice but to live in it. But that doesn't mean I have to be gung-ho about helping, increase basically the extraction of resources from the planet. And, the rewards I get from it, from working hard to do those things, are not as enticing to me as they are to a lot of other people. So, and I believe I speak for a lot of people when I say that, we don't have the same incentive. We can't see how the rewards will be worth the effort. But for myself, I can say I know that I appreciate comfort to a level that I don't want to be a homeless person. So I will do what's required to keep myself from being homeless. But I don't think we should be looked down upon for our decision that the materialistic rewards and the monetary rewards that usually come with working hard are not worth the effort. At least, not immediately. Now that I'm age 30, the prime years of my life are pretty much over. My 30s will be okay, but at this point, I'm all right with the idea of putting my nose to the grindstone a little more than I was when I was in my 20s. But for those people who are in your 20s and aren't putting your nose to the grindstone, if it's because you can't understand or you can't see the value of those rewards that will come from your hard work, I understand you. And I say, coast along as well as you can. Make sure you find, if you're going to take that time, unfortunately for myself, I can't say that I've really enjoyed the time as much as I should. And that's my own problem. But if you can find a way to enjoy the time, forget what everyone else says. Go travel around Europe or around the world, or go surfing or go snowboarding or do whatever you want to do. Make the most of the time. Buck up when you absolutely have to. But there's nothing wrong with. I personally believe there's nothing wrong with taking a slower path and not living up to what I believe were pretty damn high standards of the rest of society, if you're not ready to make the trade of the prime years of your life for materialistic and monetary gain.